All right, Motor City Sports Talk. We back in the building, and ESPN predicts that the Lions will go 8-8. Detroit News predicts the Lions will go 6-10. Let's speak on it. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, and let's talk about it, man. Can I see either or? Yeah, and 8-8 might be good enough to get into the playoffs. Remember, they added an extra playoff spot, so now there's only one team in each conference that get a bye. And now they add an extra playoff game to make the playoffs more interesting. So the NFL trying to get innovative, and they just money hungry. So that's why they add an extra regular season games. I think starting next regular season, not 2020, 21. And then they're adding a playoff game this season. So they just money hungry. You know, that's just what it boiled down to. They want more and more money. And I just don't understand it, man. Money is the root of all evil, and it ends up wrecking. It ends up wrecking sports as well too. But it is what it is. They complained when they expanded the baseball playoffs not too long ago, and look, you know, it just made it that much more better. So maybe this would be more football, more playoff games, better for us. But 8-8 can get the Lions into the playoffs, and that would save Matt Patricia's job. My whole opinion on it would be 6-10 is going to save his job, doubling up his win total from 2019. You know, and obviously that's kind of breaking even. They went 6-10 his first year, and then they was 9-7 before he got here, and they just kept taking a step back and back. So, you know, if he wins 3 games less this year, I mean, that's gonna be pretty much Patricia unexcusable for him to keep his job. But I mean, we talked about the schedule yesterday, and you know, I think it's, you know, every game is winnable when you got Stafford at quarterback, because he's the most important player to the team. But the most important thing is going to be protecting Stafford. We're opening up the run game. The special team's doing well, and Patricia is probably up there. It's probably right under Stafford. His defense, can he call a better defense? Can he be more aggressive on defense? Can he be exotic, disguising his defense, or he going to continue the moniker for the defense, bend, don't break? And if that's what he bringing to the table, then, you know, he probably going to win 6 games or 5 or 4 or 3 games again this year. But, hey, we opened up with the Bears, and then we had the Lambeau. I mean, then I think we head to Arizona, and then it's the Saints at home. So their first 4 is pretty much vicious. And then the Colts down the line, they got a solid team. It's just quarterback play is the issue there. The Vikings in the first 8. Atlanta is part of our first 8 opponents as well, too. Then the Redskins start off the back end, and, you know, you just keep going on and on. Tampa, Tennessee, Minnesota, Green Bay, Chicago again, Houston on Thanksgiving. It could happen. You know, in the NFL, guys get old like that. Injuries happen. I mean, the Lions, Stafford was playing at an MVP level last year. It's just that the special teams and defense let them down. So I can see the Lions going 8-8. If that being a bit optimistic, I think not. When you count the Lions out and you don't give them no Monday or Sunday night games, and when you count them out and when you don't have any expectations for the Detroit Lions, that's when they start excelling. This is when they start doing the impossible. This is when they start, you know, and they start balling out. And then around week 8 or 10, you start to get expectations and said, oh, we might win a playoff game. Somebody get injured, or then they just start losing games out the blue. When you have no expectations for this franchise, you know, that's when they at their best. When you have expectations and you look forward to seeing them the next year after they do well, get some primetime games, then they relapse. And that's just what it is. So it ain't out the realm of possibility this franchise making the playoffs. I'm telling you, it's just not. People might not think this team is as talented as it was last year, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and we can't agree. I ain't gonna say I agree with that, but then again, it's just something about this franchise where when ain't no chips on the table, they play their best, and you know, it's make it break for Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia. It is. I can see them winning 6 games. I can see them winning 8 games. I can see them winning more than 8 games. Just knowing this franchise, nobody has any expectations for them. None. Are we really counting on a lot of things to go right? We counting on some rookie guards and Big V to open up some holes. We hoping on DeAndre Swift. We hoping Kerryon can really rekindle that rookie flame he had. We hoping Hawkinson take that step from year 1 to year 2 and have a George Kittle's type of sophomore season like he did out of Iowa for the 49ers. Are we hoping that, Okuda is the truth and Coleman get good this year and Desmond Trufant do well and Walker, Herman, or Will Harris do well in the safeties and Savai able to do good? It's a lot of ifs that got to happen. We hope we can get pressure with Okura, we hoping Han, who's probably the most important defensive player on the team. I think he flexed his muscle last year by not playing. When Han wasn't there, it just was no disruption up the middle. When Han plays, I think Han also helped Damon Harrison have a good, first 7 or 8 games with the Lions. When he wasn't there, Damon Harrison struggled. So I think Han may be the most important defensive player on the team. Real talk, I think Deshaun Hand is most important. His health, his ability to rush and stop the run up the middle. If he played good this year, he could probably be in line and stay healthy for a big payday. So, a lot of small things got to go right. The new special teams coach, he got to get it together. It's hard. It's hard to envision all these things going right for the Detroit Lions, but mostly they got to protect Stafford and run the ball, and they got to find a way to stop people on defense. Bend don't break. That shit ain't working no more. But a lot of people just don't like Matt Patricia. He was never loved or accepted in the beginning of his Lions season when he was upsetting the players about how he was practicing and being late on meetings and trying to butt break, players on the team and trying to basically, show everybody who's the boss instead of gaining respect with his work ethic, gaining respect with his IQ and his schemes and the way he drew things up and how he managed the team. He just turned a lot of people off, and he got those people out the building. In his terms, they would be considered snakes. Quadre, Glover, Darius, Damon Harrison. He got them dudes out the building. You know what I'm saying? So now, this his guys in the building. So we'll see it have to happen. But everything is possible for me. 0-16 is possible. I say that jokingly. 3 wins, 6 wins, 8 wins, 10 wins, 16-0. Anything is on the table with the Lions, man, because you just never know. They so unpredictable. They so erratic. I mean, we can start off 4-0 and lose the next fucking 12 games. I can see that happening. We can go 1-7 and then win the next 8 games and Patricia save his job and make the playoffs. I can see that happening. So people asked me yesterday, what is your prediction for the Lions? And like I said last year, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not counting the wins on the schedule. I give the wins as we come up. Week 1 come up, hey, I give my breakdown of the game. I give my opinion on the game. I preview the game, give you my prediction on a week-by-week basis. But I still will preview all 16 opponents as we get closer to the season. I do it every year. I give a preview of who they lost in free agency, who they got in free agency, who they drafted, coaching change, general manager change. Each of our 16 opponents, well, they really ain't 16 with the 3 divisional opponents, but I will do that this year. And each week, God willing, I will give my prediction, and we will do it that way. I'm not saying how many games they will or won't win. I'm not getting into it. I'm not predicting. I'm not ESPN. I'm not Detroit News. I'm not doing it. But what I can tell you is that to say their job, I think they're going to need at least 7 or 8 games to say their job and be here again. And like I said before, it really don't matter. They can play out their contract, because they're going to sell this team to be able to run it the right way. And Luke G came on here and say sell the team. How did it work for the Pistons? And I'm like, shit, it kind of worked out pretty well. They came to Detroit, and now they about to blowing it up, and they build it from the ground up. So, Tom Gores has put money into the franchise. Has it really worked the way we wanted it to work? No. But I knew when he hired Stan Van Gundy, he fucked this franchise up. So, but we all know Martha the problem. Ever since the Fords purchased a team in 1958 or 57, the team hadn't won nothing again. Nothing. The Lions are one of 10 or 11 franchises in the NFL history who have over 500 victories. They have NFL championships with Bobby Lane, multiple championships. And as soon as the Fords took over, the team started losing. Look how they treated Calvin. Look how they treated Barry. You can go on and on their approach, man. So they gotta find better owners, man. Should know females be running a football team who don't know nothing about football. This ain't Any Given Sunday. Sheila and Martha knows nothing about football. So they gotta sell. They gotta sell, man. They just a detriment to the Lions. But hey, let me know what you guys think. I'll put that article link in the description. Detroit News got the Lions winning 6 games. The ESPN got them winning 8. Let me know what you guys think about those predictions. Accurate, far from accurate. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out on any of the social media links if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, or you just want to chop it up with a convo, want to make a donation, Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate, share the video. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Goodfellas Sports TV, for more sports, music, news, entertainment. And don't forget to check out the backup channel just in case something happens to this channel again, Motor City Sports Talk 2.0. We gone.